Welcome back. I'm playing Warhammer 40,000 Battlesector, and we'll get started on our next multiplayer matchup. I am going to be playing as the Tau, and we're going against the Orcs. We're going to be playing on the bridge. It's an Exterminatus objective with 3,000 points, 10 turn limit, and a 100-point target. So we'll get started out. My thought for this is because of all the obstacles on this map that I think going with the heavy missile unit would work out well, as long as he doesn't go with super low tier units, or I'm going to run out of weapons and then out of missiles, and then hopefully I can close the distance on them and just snipe out their heroes, because most orc players will go with the heavy sub commander. So I have my commander here. I've got a couple of cadres to get the 100% hit chances, and then to increase the amount of fire. I've got an ethereal to buff and be our commander. I've got 4 crisis suits, 3 stealth suits, 3 broadsides, and 2 hammerhead gunships. Now I don't have them with the rail cannon because I'm hoping that if I overcharge it, I will be able to also take out, you know, flash any knobs he has, flash boy, or any of that kind of stuff. So that's my hope, and then hopefully I can use these stealth suits to go invisible and
moving to position.
Allow me to get some easy scouting and later to snipe enemy heroes.
Ready for orders.
And then our commander will give the accuracy buffs and the
Armor support ready.
damage buffs. So we'll kind of move these guys up. Now I'm going to have them on the right here so the other player doesn't figure out that I'm having a vast majority of my forces showing up on the left side of the bridge, because you want him to split his forces, because then we'll be able to take full advantage of our range benefits while he'll be spending turns running around here. And we're getting close enough where hopefully we can get some scenes. Now the one thing that's kind of weird with the Tau is they have such a long range, even beyond their vision, that it seems like they're one of the few factions that actually will hit Overwatch shots, even if they don't have vision. So, not sure how I feel about that. I feel like you shouldn't be able to shoot things if you can't see it. So I'm going to kind of bring these guys up, and I should be able to shoot into these Death Copters, and I can. So now we have a proof of concept, so we'll get them 100% accuracy here.
Study your enemy's movements. Know where to move even before they do.
Shoot into him, because I think it should be 1 or 2 shots and we should be able to get the kill. Now we're unfortunately so far away, I'm not going to be able to attack with our missiles here.
How can I assist?
Get you here.
Repositioning.
We should be able to just drop this guy now. Yeah. And then we did land one of our attacks, even though we couldn't see on the war bike there.
Ambush ready.
And I would like to move these guys up to try to start buffing our accuracy, and it'll help me start fighting some of these other guys. And it looks like I can actually maybe land some attacks if I go over this way with you. So let's try to see if we can hit something. Got 41% here, 40s. So I guess let's just try to shoot into the Death Copter. And we missed, but it was worth a shot.
Wherever I am needed.
We'll try to move these guys up to start buffing them with the ethereal. Now I could move these guys up and start shooting into the Gretchen, but I don't know what's behind them. So I may just want to sit back here and get some shots into these Gretchen and start clearing them out. Interestingly, it takes 2 missiles to pretty much clear some out, so I would not have guessed that. But we'll shoot into them and see what we can do here. Alright, that one was better, so I guess I just had some bad shots. Yeah, good. Alright, so we can finish those guys off with our other guys here. And I think we should probably move him over just in case he's got a bunch of forces over here so he doesn't snipe out my commander, because that would be a bad day. Hopefully we can still get you kind of into range here. It's not worth it to spend those missiles here.
Ready for orders.
If I move you up to there, I think he's going to be able to find you and attack you, so I don't know if that makes a lot of sense. And now that we know he's got the Def Dreads on the other side here, I might want to just pull the other ones back. Alternatively, I could probably just hide back here and shoot him if he gets up into that range here. That'll also put him into full cover. So if he comes for me, hopefully that'll help. And we'll pull back with these guys.
Confirmed.
Orders understood. En route.
Get our ethereals over here. Just trying to decide how far I want to move here.
How can I assist?
So what I don't want is for
To the front line.
these guys to get sniped. Unfortunately, I can't quite reach them.
Establishing fire.
Probably because those hammerheads are in the way.
Artillery standing by.
Could probably pull them back and then maybe
To the
shoot
front
the
line.
bike if it pulls up here.
Ready for orders.
Now here come the Gretchen. Took those guys out. Those ones are down. Last of the Gretchen are coming. And he's got more Gretchen, some Shudas, more Shudas, and more Shudas. They really shouldn't be able to do much damage here. That's actually not too bad damage there. Got some burners down there. More Shudas. Gretchen. Shudas. Shudas. Boy, his force selection, as long as I can keep him at distance, he's gonna really struggle against me. I guess the Def Dreads could really mess me up if he closes the distance there. Okay, he does have 3 of them, so that's gonna be buffing him quite a bit. Alright, and here comes his sub-commanders. I still can't see who his HQ unit is. Alright, he's got a Pain Boy. He's trying to get the health benefits over here. Okay, he's got some flash gets here. Another Pain Boy. Another Pain Boy. So I wonder if this whole left side he just has as,
Calculating firing solutions.
you know, just basic melee. Or basic chaff, and then he's going to come at me on the right side with stronger stuff. Honestly, I kind of feel like I should take these Burner Boys out. They've got quite a bit of health, and these guys' rockets are doing more damage, so that will help. A little worried about pulling these guys out because I think they're going to get shot up. Yeah, I could drop the missiles onto those guys, but then I gotta shoot through the Pain Boy's bonus health.
Yes.
Can drop one here. Now those guys are down. Alright.
Artillery standing by.
Start working on the Shudas. Good. Now, can I start pulling these guys down to fire into the Def Dreads, I wonder? Could drop some missiles too. Ideally, if I would have had one unit to have marker lights, then I would have 100% attacks, and then I could use his bonus on the next one. So I think that's probably the way to go on this. Do I want to focus on boys, or do I want to
Support ready.
take out the Gretchen here? Kind of feel like I should take the boys out. I don't think the grenades are going to be able to do anything against me, but doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense to leave myself vulnerable like that. I wonder how much splash damage we'll get. So it's not a ton, so those are not good guys to use for clearing out those low tier units. Alright, he's down. Oh, shit. He blew up and splashed my guys there. Well, it's like, how far do I want to put you down here to try to snipe these guys? But I think it's going to make you vulnerable. So I don't think that's the best way to go. Maybe I should just be sniping these Death Dreads from here.
As you command.
Alright, not terrible damage.
Repositioning.
71%. And you missed. That's kind of disappointing.
Repositioning.
That's an even worse chance to hit. 81. Alright, so we did quite some damage there. We need to just keep pulling back a little bit. If I bring you down to here, I might be able to get some shots, but I can't. I can't leave them there, or else the Death Dreads will easily snipe them.
To the front line.
On your word.
Maybe we should shoot into some of these other guys here.
Heavy weapons firing.
Alright.
Artillery standing by.
Yeah, if I can take out some of these dang Death Dreads, that would help me. And then they can explode and do some damage over here too.
En route.
Have you shoot some Gretchen maybe, and the boys take this out. I gotta be careful I don't end up giving them too many command points where he's able to then drop big bombs on me here. But I've already taken out 18% of his forces.
Wherever I am needed.
Bring those guys over so we can start buffing. Pull you back. I think we gotta start pulling back with everybody else here too,
Armored support ready.
because he is closing the distance.
Affirmative.
I serve the greater good. Moving to position.
So let's just shoot into some of these guys, I think.
I will not break.
Oh, he's got some Ludas back there, it looks like. Ah, I would have thought you would have got the kill there. Yeah, it's like, where do I want to pull them? It's like, I kind of feel like I should pull back here.
Understood.
We still have all these guys to be able to shoot. We can pull these guys back, and then maybe use them to body block the commander.
Thrusters engaged.
Because I'm not too worried about the shooters doing much damage to these guys,
To the sky.
especially with all the other damage, evasion,
Us closer to victory.
damage reduction. They shouldn't be able to really do much to me. But they are going to close the distance now.
Stealth team, reporting in.
Maybe what I'll do is stealth these guys, move you here, and then I can put some Overwatch set up at the top of the stairs to try to take out the Death Dread if they come for me, or the Death Copter if it moves through there. That should work. Alright, another guy down. Those Gretchen are really good at soaking up all those overwatches. Yeah, see, they can't even barely hurt him. 8 damage. 3 attacks and they didn't even get through his bonus health. Must be trying to drop a bomb on me. Yeah. Here comes the pain boy. Flash gets. Big Mac. Weird boy.
Targets outside of visual range.
Another pain boy.
More targets will soon be in range.
Death Dreads are moving down. Alright, good hit. I don't like that I'm getting boxed in here. This could be a problem. Looks like there's a war boss down there too.
Nothing shall stand against us.
Alright, so we're here. I think with how he's set up here, I should just use my flamers. They should have enough
Moving to position.
damage reduction to be able to soak up that stuff. Yeah, there we go. So they're down. I can move up here and flame through the boys. And that should do quite a bit of damage here.
They deny the way of the Taufa. Kill them all.
Now maybe I should have done this a little differently so I could have taken advantage of his bonuses to accuracy and damage. Oh man, I thought you were going to get a kill there. Well, you can finish it up. Alright, so that's a quarter of his units are now down. I would like to be shooting and taking down that Death Dread. 60% damage.
Artillery standing by.
Well, he's in full cover, so maybe I just risk it. Because if I can drop it... Ah, you missed.
Ready for orders.
How about you? Alright, good hit. If you can land this, then that'll blow up. You missed. Alright. You're invisible, so you shouldn't trigger any Overwatch, so let's go here. Well, I guess I didn't have to waste those attacks. Maybe I could have done something else. Alright, we're going to have to pull these guys back. Let's stealth you. We'll move you down here, and then you can shoot into that other Death Dread. Because I'd really like to start shooting him down. Alright, good hit. And I can pull you back to here. And then the question is he gonna be
Confirmed.
just using the Gretchen to move into you and triggering the Overwatch to get the kills with those guys? Or will he
Wherever
move
I
in
am
with his
needed.
Death Dreads and then I'll trigger an Overwatch to let me do even more damage? Ethereal can chop up this Death Copter. Alright, now I don't want it to explode on everybody here. I'm going to pull you back because I don't want you to get... I could put you over here and shoot into him. But I'm worried the flash gets in are going to counter and attack you. So maybe we just pull you back and hopefully he'll move you into range here. 11 damage, huh? Oh, that wasn't very good. Now if we put you over here, you'll be out of range.
Acknowledged. To the front line.
Can bring you up here. Hopefully you can then, you should be able to pretty easily kill this.
Artillery standing by.
Alright, so I'll just go here and let you shoot again. You'll move through so you won't get attacked by the explosion.
Understood.
Yes.
Alright, so we got some weak guys moving around here.
Stealth team, reporting in.
Affirmative.
Move you back one.
I serve the greater good.
It's like I can move you guys up here. I'll just try to shoot into these guys and save up the missiles if I can.
With pride.
I'm a little worried that he's gonna drop a
On your word.
bomb
Stealth
on
team,
me.
reporting in. On our way.
Maybe we just do this to finish him off. Kills me to do that. Alternatively, maybe I could drop a missile on the Gretchen down there
Moving.
and maybe stop him from doing the overwatch.
Armored support. Ready.
Alright, they're down. Could do the boys.
Orders received.
Standing by.
Put you here if he comes with you with the Death Dread.
How can I assist?
It shall be.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about having my guys grouped up here. Actually, a little surprised. He doesn't have any knobs or anybody, so I guess we'll start shifting you guys down here. And then if the Death Dreads or the sub-commanders move up, then that will at least allow me to get into position to start attacking.
Armored support.
Sludas are getting some attacks.
Firing no
Let's just fire into the boys, I guess. Alright, this is going pretty well. We've taken out 36% of his forces and not lost a single unit thus far. But I think he's going to close the distance on me pretty easily here. I'll get some shots here, try to snipe some of these boys down. And then we'll pull you back. I think if he ends up dropping one of those bombs on the hammerhead, hopefully. Alright, unfortunately we have to do kind of a random cut here because for some reason my episode did not record correctly when I was doing the turn here. So he's got the war boss here, he's got several boys, he's got the Death Dreads, and then he's got these units on the right side. So what ends up happening is, I have those stealth units down below. He moves one of the Death Dreads forward and actually activates the zone of control. So then I'm able to launch multiple attacks into the Death Dread, and I'm able to easily kill it on my turn after he's been damaged so much. And then he moved all these guys forward to try to get some kills, and then he moved up with the war boss as well, leaving him exposed. So what I was able to do is easily snipe his war boss with my units, and then I was able to use my crisis suits to jump into the middle section here and do a bunch of damage to his boys that are in here, and then really focus down a lot of those Death Dreads. Like I said, I was able to take one of them out. I think there's still one left, and then he kind of moves back and forth on the right side here, not quite sure how to engage. And then when he sees all my guys out in the open in the center, then he starts moving the guys over to start getting some attacks. So, and then what he ended up doing is with his war boss, he used his level 2 ability with the strafing run, and he strafed my cadre, so he ended up killing both of my cadres with a single strafing run. So that's good to know if you're playing as the orc and you really want to take those cadres out. If you strafe them with the level 2 ability, you can kill him at full health. So I was expecting him to drop a bomb on me, but he must only had 2 points, and he ended up strafing them instead and taking out the cadres. Alright, so as you can see, I have all the crisis suits and things here in the center, so now I've blocked them. And then I have these stealth suits here because I was hoping he was going to charge, which he did. So now I'll have a zone of control and be able to hit those guys. And now I've done extra damage. And now he's just focusing everybody down here. But I needed to get rid of that. Needed to get rid of that war boss because I could not have him stacking up all those command points with me sniping everybody here. And then I'm using the cover of the walls to help me avoid a lot of his damage here. And the hope is if he leaves them out here, I can snipe him with my broadsides. And now we know the Ludas with their upgraded weapons don't do increased damage to crisis suits either, so it'll be good against mech suits. It may work on riptides, but I'm guessing it probably doesn't since the shockwave cannons for the Tau doesn't. So now I've got these guys locked in here, so this should be just kind of an easy kill with these Def Dreads. So we'll shoot here, and now he's almost dead.
I serve the greater good.
And I'd like to take out these boys too. I think you could make an argument that I should have just waited. And then the Def Dread explosion would have really messed them up. So it's like we'll pull the crisis suit back.
Moving.
And then hopefully I can move the stealth team up here because he only has to land one attack. And then that should blow up the Def Dread here. So I'm just trying to decide, do I bring this guy up? And I think I can, so we'll go here, and we'll get some shots. Now, unfortunately, it takes so long for their attack, I ended up getting hit, so that timing was just absolute shit there. So normally what happens is if you wait for the attack and then it dies and you move it, then you won't end up suffering the explosion damage. But because it took them so long to do their battle animation, the game didn't realize that the unit would have died before they got the zone of control. So he got attacked, he got suppressed, and he got blown up. So that was like the worst option for that whole thing of doing it, but whatever, it worked out. I think it's pretty obvious we're gonna be able to win this, you know, pending any catastrophic moves here. So now I just need to try to snipe some of these heroes as much as we can. I'm definitely sad that he took out those cadres because that would have made this way easier. That was my whole plan here. And I guess we'll start shooting into these guys. And then, if I start pulling you guys back against the wall, that should be full cover. And then he'll be able to kill that stealth suit, obviously. But I want to force him to come back down towards the bottom part of the map here so I can then shoot with all these guys and do some good damage.
Wherever I am needed.
Heavy weapons firing.
Alright, there's another sub-commander down. I'd really like to drop these guys. The weird boy is now his commander now that the war boss has been taken out. And I still have some rockets available to use against the flash kits, because they are now the unit that's most likely to kill me. My units, I should say. But as long as I can stay at distance, I should be able to win this pretty easily. And we'll keep moving things down. Not sure if I want to use their evasion now or not.
Wherever I am needed.
Feel like I probably should.
Move swiftly and silently through the battlefield.
Just to keep everybody alive in case he closes the distance, especially with those Ludas there.
Yes.
Well, those guys are down. He is electing to come down, so my plan is working. So I have now successfully baited this guy.
Armored support, ready.
And I should just about be ready to start launching attacks into these flash gits with my rockets. Got a 49% chance to hit. I can use these guys as rockets too. So between the two of them, that may actually
As you command.
allow me to kill almost all these guys.
Come here so we can smash your teeth out.
Alright, so the one flash gets us down.
Artillery standing by.
We've got a 20%, 37. We're actually a little bit too close. If I bring you over to here, I can then start launching attacks into those flash gits too. Unfortunately, I ended up attacking the ones that are a little bit too close. What I might be able to do is pull back with our commander. Although maybe what I want to do with the commander instead, I was thinking maybe I'll pull him back to increase the accuracy and damage of these other units.
Stick to the sky.
But maybe I actually want to just close the distance here. It's like I can snipe guys, but I don't know if I really want to.
I am here.
We're up to 1. So maybe I just drop everybody down. And then you'll be close enough to use the rockets. You'll get the damage buff.
Armored support, ready.
You'll soak up all the Overwatch. Alright, you don't have any rockets. You do.
Yes. Armored support, ready.
So move you up here. Alright, where are the ones that have my rockets? I thought both of you had
Yes.
ones here. Alright, so you've got it.
Open fire.
Come here so we can smash your teeth out.
I guess we can just shoot into these guys.
Firing on targets.
It's probably not the best use of our attacks here, though.
Open fire.
But we can at least do some things here.
Armored support, ready.
On your word.
I guess let's just move you up 1. Oh, now you're in full cover. Now you can't do anything, huh?
Yes.
I serve the greater good.
Alright, well let's move these guys up here, I think, and we'll start working on these flash gits. Because I think with the overcharge, that should allow you to do pretty good damage. Yeah, it just about took them out, so... Got 56 there. Let's just bring you up this way. Now you got 76% chance to hit there. So I think just regular attacks should be sufficient. Yep, they sure are. Just start chewing through the Pain Boy's bonus health.
Calculating firing solutions.
And now we just need to try to get some snipes off here. 56.
Recon Repositioning.
Now he's in full cover.
As you command.
Alright, well, let's try to do some shoots, I guess. Try to do some shoots. Try to get some shots. That's what I meant to say. Alright, 39. 53. Big hit.
As you command.
Alright, you come down here. Take out that pain boy, man. Or that Big Mac. Damn it.
What troubles you?
Alright, well, I can still get the kill, I think. I'll just have to use his special ability. Boom, and... who else do I want to hit?
Armored support. Ready. Yes.
You know, I still got you. Let's put you over to here. Honestly, I think if I jump him up here, I should just be able to flame twice, and I think that's going to be enough to take out the Luda. And then I don't have to worry about him taking out my hammerheads, and then hopefully that'll have baited him out to attack with the hammerheads, and then they'll be in the open to allow my broadsides to easily get the kill. Yep, so those guys are down. Alright, that'll work. And now we've got rid of his damage reduction.
Nothing shall stand against
And this
us.
should easily allow me to start getting some kills here. We'll pull you back, so if he ends up attacking the commander with those guys, then my hammerhead should be able to get some easy kills. We'll start moving these guys over a little bit. I suppose we should probably move these guys back to here, so if he ends up charging the hammerheads, I'll get some overwatch.
Stealth team, reporting in.
Artillery standing by.
And then with this guy, I guess we'll move you up here so you'll be safe and in position to use your special abilities. To
Wherever
snipe
I
his
am,
sub-commanders if he ends up not getting killed next turn.
Allied group ready for duty.
Alright, so he's charging the commander, he's charging here.
Pain is in your mind.
That pain boy's down, so that worked out beautifully. And victory is ours, so there we go. So that worked out very well for our plan here. A lot of mobility for the Tau definitely makes this a pretty easy map for them to really dominate on. You know, you get all those missiles between the broadsides and the crisis suit. It allows you to bypass a lot of the penalties for the accuracy. You have your commander, which will then give you additional range damage and accuracy. You'll have the cadres, which will allow you to get 100% chance to hit, allowing you to snipe a lot of really good enemy forces. And I do think you probably need to bring at least one unit that's going to have marker lights, because then you can use that one single shot missile for another round of guaranteed kills. And then, you know, your 100% accuracy cooldown, I think it's 2 or 3 turns. I think it's most likely 3, but then you'll have 1 turn of regular attacks, then you're back to having 100% damage dealers again. So I think that would allow you to really cycle through and do a lot of damage. I do think that using the hammerheads with the unupgraded version definitely worked out pretty well for us. It allows you to overcharge them, do splash damage, taking care of a lot of you know, weaker chaff units, and if you don't want to do that in your single unit, you can end up just using their regular attacks. Then you have 3 pretty powerful attacks to get high damage units, and then you have the stealth suits, which could either be used to snipe units, to be anti-heavy armor, and then also to act as your scouts. The ethereal, you know, he has a lot of movement because he's a hover unit, so then you're able to get him in and out of danger, get in there and spam your abilities to buff your own units, and then to use the command point abilities when you're ready. As you see, the cadres, while they're quite good, they definitely can get sniped pretty easily with abilities. I think both well, for sure, the Orc strafing run kills them. I'm not sure about the Blood Raven, or the Blood Angel strafing run with their Raven gunships, if that ends up killing the units or not when they're doing the strafe. And then the Venom Cannon may not kill them directly with that, but then I think between the poison it's going to be pretty close, if not outright killing them. So you just got to be a little bit careful with keeping them protected and not getting them all blobbed together, which is the natural thing to do. The cadres obviously really suck at clearing out low tier units, but because they have so much armor piercing, they can be used to do pretty good damage against medium and some heavy infantry and even vehicles. So you can, you know, they're pretty much guaranteed to do like 50 to 60 damage on a heavily armored model. And so that's nothing that's to be insignificant. And if you end up having a bunch of pathfinders and things with you, then you can use their ability to give them 25% extra shots to do even more damage. So there's definitely lots of ways that you could make this work out very effectively. Now, I don't think this team setup would work very well on like a strategic point, because you need to not only have the mobility, but to be able to stop his units from just camping out as well, which could be a little bit harder to do. But in terms of an Exterminatus setup, I think this would be a very hard one to counter for most units. And then he ended up, for my recommendations for this player, I think he's probably a little bit newer, just kind of looking at his force selection and the way he does some of the engagements. As you know, the Shudas are not bad units, but if you're going to end up using them, I think you should use the big Shudas, or maybe even the rocket launchers to get all that splash damage. But with the regular Shuda, you just weren't able to get enough armor piercing to really do much damage against the heavily armored units, which would be, you know, the stealth suits, the crisis suits, any of the mech suits, the vehicles. So I don't think using just regular shoot is the way to go. I think the way that's much more effective that I found is you, like he did, the Gretchen to soak up Overwatch, and then you want to use Ludas with their big Shuda, because that does significant damage to infantry and does enough armor piercing, especially when you use the ability, to allow you to do damage to heavily armored vehicles. And then the flash gets, and then I actually think the knobs are good, because, you know, especially with their big claws, as long as they're not getting shot up from range, you're going to be able to chop through anything that you get into melee range with. They have pretty good health, so then they can soak up a bunch of shots as well. And then if you keep guys locked into melee, they can stop the Tau from running away. If you end up having a bunch of burner boys, you know, that would allow you to really attack a lot of those breachers and things. But then again, you have to get into range 1 to really do the damage, and so you might find that they get shot up so much. So and then if they end up doing a heavy mech build, then they're going to be effectively being effective. That was kind of a poor sentence, to kill them. So that's something that you have to do as a trade-off. But I do think the orcs work pretty well against the Tau. And then those Deathcopters are generally pretty good too, because they can do pretty decent damage doing hit and runs. But again, if they're left out in the open, they can be easily sniped. But if the enemy does have a bunch of infantry all blobbed together, then they could just be sacrificed and drop that big bomb in the center and do pretty good damage to all those units, because the Tau infantry have minimal armor. Now, because I had such a heavy armored force today, it was not highly effective, and then I was able to snipe them from range. But there was just so many target-rich environments that it was not hard for me to just poke things out. And because he was separated into these two paths by the bridge, I was able to focus on one side and then work on sniping the other while he was slowly coming towards me and not able to get into the combat. Now, he had all of his sub-commanders together. I think a much better way for him to have done that would be to spread one of those pain boys with each of his armies, since he had 3 of them, if I remember correctly, but he had all 3 of them with one, where if he would have had one on each side, then I would have had to get through all of the HP bonuses with each one of those armies, and that would have made me waste more of my missile attacks and a lot more time to get the kills, and that would have allowed him to close the distance a little bit greater. The stealth suits, you know, they do tons of damage if you're able to block them
in the positions where you think the enemies are going to come at you. As you saw, it made me get 2 extra attacks against the Death Dreads. Now, one you couldn't see because that turn was lost, but when he was coming in to attack me, it broke his charge attack, and it broke... I got the free attacks with the fusion blasters that do a significant amount of damage, so it's really obnoxious. And the way that it's coded with the stealth suits I don't really like. I wish once you moved into their square, broke their stealth, that it would just eliminate it, but what happens is in the following turn they're stealthed again. But if they capture a victory point when they're stealthed and it breaks their stealth, then they're no longer stealth. So I think once they're broken, they shouldn't be re-stealthed again for those duration. Once it happens, otherwise you're just getting free zone of control attacks, and it's pretty obnoxious. The way you can counter that is if you have like the Venom Tropes or units that have AoE attacks and it crosses the square that those units are on, they'll suffer damage and they'll be uncloaked again. But otherwise you got to move somebody into the square, and then they're going to get a free zone of control attack, and then with those fusion blasters it's pretty much guaranteed to kill at least one model of something. So you want to make sure that if you do that, it's with a unit like a Gretchen where you don't really care with the models getting damaged or scarab, something like that. So thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe. It encourages me to post more content for you. Have a great day.